Wow, what an amazing show. Bryan Danielson and Hangman Adam Page end in a time limit draw. 60 minutes of amazing action in just one match, making it the longest match in AEW history. But man, were people mad about it on Twitter. Guys, I have to say this, and I'm a man, so I will admit that I was wrong tonight. I was wrong tonight in a way where Wyndham did not come, but it was a damn good show tonight. The Dynamite Diamond Ring was also on the line as MJF went up against Dante Martin in a pretty damn good match to end the show off tonight. No debut on the show, but man, it was just an amazing show tonight, y'all. AEW did sign somebody though, and we will go over that as to who they signed. And guys, it's gonna be a great signing here. And when will he debut? I think Malachi Black has something to say about that. Tonight was a great show overall, and man, we got a lot to discuss. This is episode number 109 of Outside the Brand. I'll see you guys over there. What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for joining us right here on Outside the Brand. It is Wednesday. You know what that means. It's time for your AEW Dynamite Winter is Coming review here on OTB. Looks like I'm flying solo tonight. I didn't really expect that with how good the show was, but looks like I'm going to be here solo for tonight's stream of Outside the Brand. It's all right, though. It's all right. I got a lot to say about this show, and it's going to be an amazing time. So why don't you guys lay back, sit back, do whatever you have to do, grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a snack. It's going to be time to talk about AEW Dynamite. Winter is coming. Tonight was an amazing show. We start off with the AEW World Championship match between Hangman Adam Page and Bryan Danielson, and guys, it ended in a 60-minute time limit draw. People were really upset about it on social media. People were really upset about it. I believe in our group chat. Really, people were not really excited that it ended in a 60-minute time limit draw. And guys, I really don't know what the problem is. I really do not know what the problem is of finishing it in a 60-minute time limit draw. I did not have a problem with it. It's the longest match in AEW history. Jazz is correct in saying that. And there's a thing called long-term booking. Long-term booking is probably going to be the storyline here. And the thing is, Taz said it himself on commentary. This championship is the most prestigious championship in the professional wrestling business right now. It really is. And if you guys really don't believe me in saying that, then I don't know what you're really watching. Hangman could not lose tonight. Bryan Danielson could not lose tonight. There was no problem with the time limit draw here, in my opinion. There really wasn't. And this is going to be a long-term booking kind of story at the end of the day. And it was a match of the year candidate. It really was. And Hangman Adam Page had a year-long story for his World Championship win. Maybe it could be a long-term storytelling kind of thing here too. It's not all about what's cracked up to be. It really isn't. Here's my man Loff. Loff is joining us here. Loff, how are you, my man? What's been going on?
Yo.
We are just about to get into the intro of the show tonight.
What's going on?
I want to reiterate, guys, that this was a 60-minute time limit draw to start off the show. It was an amazing match. But I have to say, Laf, what were your thoughts on this? Because a lot of people were really pissed off that it ended in that way.
The match itself was amazing. It just should have ended with Paige pinning Bryan.
Okay. You wanted a decisive winner.
Yeah, because he hit the buckshot lariat, and I was like, oh, God, yeah. And then it just ended, and I was like, okay, what now? I thought it going – I remember when sometimes when WWE used to do time limit matches, they would, like, add 5 minutes more or something like that. And the crowd was chanting, like, 1 more minute and all that stuff, but they didn't do that.
The crowd was chanting 5 more minutes tonight, yeah.
They had a show to continue with, but it was just like I didn't like that at all. I think Paige should have pinned Bryan.
I really didn't have a problem with it, and here's why. There's only been 5 time limit draws in all of AEW history. Okay, 2 of them are involving Bryan Danielson.
Okay.
This doesn't happen often, and the thing is, Hangman Adam Page, like I said earlier on when you just joined, Hangman Adam Page had a year-long story just to get to this championship.
Yeah.
There's something to be said about only having 5 time limit draws in this company's history over the 2.5 years that it's been a thing. And it's gonna be I fully believe that this is gonna be a long-term booking kind of thing, to where if we're not gonna get this rematch at Battle of the Belts, because I firmly believe we're gonna have some kind of rematch here. If it's not going to happen at Battle of the Belts, it's going to happen at Revolution. And the thing is, if you watch the match tonight, you're going to watch the second match wherever that takes place. You just are. Because these 2 killed it tonight. And the thing is, at the end of the day, like Taz said on commentary, he believes that this is the most prestigious championship in all professional wrestling. And you know what? I can't really dispute that with him. I really can't. You are having 2 of the greatest athletes in the world right now go at it 60 minutes, and you're going to watch the second match that happens because of everything that unfolded tonight. I think it was a great call, but a lot of people were pissed off tonight.
I mean, yeah, I'm feeling that. It's just. It was really just the timing of everything. Like,
yeah,
if you were going to have the draw, I would have liked it more if he didn't hit his finisher 3 seconds before the bell rings. Like that.
Yeah.
That was something. I was like, okay, that's disappointing. You know, it wasn't terrible, but I was like, oh, it took the air out of me.
Yeah, I know that.
On it, it was just that took the air out of me.
Yeah, this show really took the air out of everybody. And the thing is, okay, I do have to say one thing though about this. I think starting off with the AEW World Championship match left something to be desired. What I mean by that is we had the ending. Well, we'll get to the ending of the show when we get there, and we'll talk about everything in just a little bit. But man, like they had such an amazing match to start the show. 60 minutes to go into the 9 o'clock hour, and then all of a sudden we got the rest of it. Not that the rest of it was bad by any means. Shida and Deeb looked great tonight. Main event with MJF and Dante. Dante's an amazing talent. He's a star in the making. But starting off with the AEW World Championship match, when I thought it was going to be the main event of the show, I don't know. It kind of just felt, it didn't feel out of place. But man, I did not expect we were going to get the championship match to start off the show. Are you there, my man?
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem. We'll just wait for him to get his reaction to that. We'll talk about everything when it comes to that miscue in just a little second, Josh. I was wrong about that, and I will admit that. I was wrong, and I may have put that in everybody's heads, but I'll learn. I'll learn to not be doing that as much. So what I was saying earlier, though, was I think the AEW World Championship match to start off the show, it didn't feel like it was out of place, but I really did not expect as soon as I was coming home from work to turn on Dynamite and we have the AEW World title on the line to kick off the show.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like that. I don't know why they started it off like that. I mean, the main event was cool, but it definitely wasn't better than the Bryan and Paige match. So
yeah,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure why they
once
did
you
that.
go 60 minutes, it's kind of hard to top it.
Yeah, that's why I was like, why was that not the last match? But yeah,
So, we got a lot more to talk about tonight, guys. This show was not like last year's Winter is Coming by any means. Last year's Winter is Coming was coming from not really an empty arena, but it was coming from Daly's place, and it wasn't really all that like we didn't have the kind of energy that we did tonight when we had like over 10,000 people in an arena. But Sting debuted that night. And I'm not saying that the show was bad by any means, but when you have something like that and when you have such an anticipating kind of night, there were some things that people were upset about. And I have to say, there is going to be a debut coming, and we will see that in just a little bit. And I think Malachi Black has something to say about that, but there are some things about the show that felt a little out of place. But hey, it wasn't a bad show by any means. Brody King. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I just expected more, I guess.
Yeah. Brody King is going to debut soon. It is confirmed that Brody King, former Ring of Honor superstar, has inked a deal with All Elite Wrestling. And like I said earlier, Malachi Black might have something to say about that. Did you catch Malachi Black's promo on Dynamite tonight?
Yeah, I was watching it. I didn't know what he was saying until some people in the chat were telling me what he was saying. So I wasn't really like he talks in riddles. So I didn't know what was going on, but everyone else was decrypting it. So I understand, I guess.
So that'll happen. We'll go over everything when it comes to Brody King in just a little bit. But we also have some news. Well, here's the thing. Tony has already told us that there's going to be a lot to get excited about here in AEW, and there's just going to be a lot that he has in store in the coming year for 2022. I cannot wait to see what happens, and we'll see where things go when it comes to what he has planned. Because if 2021 was in any indication, 2022, everybody strap in. It's about to be a bumpy ride. Dante Martin challenged MJF for the Dynamite Diamond Ring tonight. MJF retained that diamond ring for a third straight time. Well, technically retaining it for a second straight time. He's a 3-time diamond ring holder, though. The diamond ring is valued at $100,000, is what we were told on commentary. And what were your thoughts on everything that happened in that main event? Did you expect MJF? Did you expect Dante? Or what were your thoughts on all that?
I expected MJF to win, but Dante Martin did a great job. He is freaking awesome.
Yes.
Everything happened. It was the finish with that match too. Was weird. That was a real WWE freaking Monday Night Raw finish, and I don't like that. The whole distraction and turns around. Oh, he lost now. I was like, I didn't like that at all. But I think it's really just the finishes of these matches tonight were just killing me.
Yeah. And I can honestly really agree with that. We also, and this is where people got really upset, or not really upset. It's just we got trolled tonight. We really did. The lights went out, and they went out for like a good 20 seconds. People were grabbing their phones, getting the phone lights on and everything, like getting all that ready for things to happen. And then when they came back on,
Stinger.
it's the Stinger and Darby Allin. We got trolled. We got trolled tonight, and at the end of the day, I think it's kind of my fault. I kind of went with this whole thing about Wyndham is coming instead of Winter and all that kind of thing, and I kind of probably put that in everybody's heads. And I have to say, I apologize for that. But when the lights went out, what were your immediate thoughts? Because not only MJF was in the ring, but FTR was in there too. And with everything that was happening with Ring of Honor, FTR showing up at the final show and going after the Briscoes, people either thought it could be Wyndham or maybe it could have been the Briscoes. I don't know. But yeah, the lights went out for a good 20 seconds and people thought something was happening.
Yeah, I sat up and I was like, "Oh, are we doing this now?" And then it just didn't happen. I was like, I saw Sting. I was like, "Oh, look, Sting!"
Oh, Sting!
I like Sting. Hey, Darby. Hey,
what's up, Sting?
Hey, it's just like I don't know. I would have liked it more if freaking Sting came from the rafters like he used to, just jump down.
Yeah, just
they didn't have to turn the lights off because the whole crowd gasped, like they were ready to see something.
Yeah, everybody was getting ready for something new.
Yeah.
It just turned out to be Sting.
I mean, I'm not mad at Sting. I'm just
yeah.
I love Sting.
Something's happening. So some things are going to be happening within the next few weeks, and we're just going to have to wait. But the thing is, at the end of it all, like, I think at the end of the day, we can all learn to just not really try to jump the gun when it comes to Tony Khan. Tony Khan has a plan, and Tony Khan knows when he's going to be doing what and where. And the thing is, when debuts do happen, I think it's just going to be more exciting for us because we'll be really excited when they do come and we don't expect it, you know?
Yeah.
Because I think we all kind of just put something in our heads that some kind of big debut was happening tonight and it didn't really happen. So it's kind of all of our faults. But at the end of the day, we'll learn and we'll really be excited when debuts do happen.
I feel like every wrestling company does that when they're not ready to do something. They'll just tease it really bad, and they're like, "Oh, wait, nope." But
did you see the stuff that they were teasing with CM Punk and everything? I mean, everybody was wearing either CM stuff or saying Punk in every promo or whatever. And like, bro, they were teasing everything like that. It was crazy too, and it was all based on a rumor that the United Center was sold out. And then it turned out to not really be a rumor. He came out and it was great, but it was all sold out based on a rumor. And he was here.
Yeah.
I think it's a totally different situation with Punk and everybody else, but still.
Oh, yeah. Just, I don't know. I wasn't like 100% expecting him. I was just like, it was in the back of my head. But when the lights went out, I definitely thought something was going to happen. But nah, Sting.
It's Sting. It's the Stinger. But yeah. So with all that being said, before we get into the AEW news about Brody King and everything else that happened here tonight, I do want to talk about one special news coming out of the WWE. And we heard about it earlier today from our guy Lewis, from Ringside News, from pretty much every other reputable source known to man when it comes to professional wrestling. Kevin Owens resigns with the WWE and does not opt to go to AEW just days before, well, not days, just pretty much weeks before the day one pay-per-view The day one pay-per-view was contractually going to be his last pay-per-view appearance until his contract ended a couple of days later. But now with the multi-year deal signed with WWE, Kevin Owens is staying for the foreseeable future. What were your thoughts on all that news, and how did you really feel about everything that was going down when you heard about it?
It surprised me. I think it was good size. I'm happy that he's not pouring more juice into the already overflowing cup that is AEW's roster and the free agent pool. But I just hope that WWE doesn't reward him by releasing him in 6 months. I mean, it's just like
Right.
that's the one thing I'm scared of. I don't want him to resign and then like a few months later, oh, future endeavors, and then he has to wait 90 days. So I hope they're not playing that game. But I mean, he made a decision based on, I guess, what they told him. So I hope they didn't lie. I hope they're not gonna just flip the script a few months later. A few months from now. But as far as day one goes, I don't know if this means that he's gonna win the championship or not. But
I was just about to bring up day one in the Fatal 4-Way. I mean, the Fatal 4-Way now has a little bit more unpredictability involved, now knowing that Kevin Owens is going to be staying for a long time. Obviously, Seth Rollins is doing some great work in his heel run. Bobby Lashley's kind of just there. And Big E, this is a big defense that he has to come up during the day one show. But telling you right now, it's way more unpredictable now that Kevin Owens re-signed with the company, especially for a longer term deal. Something could happen.
yeah, I hope they don't. I hope they don't misuse him. I feel like they've been misusing him for like ever since probably the end of the Cena feud. I feel like he's been on a slow decline, like a really slow one.
The Cena feud was in 2015, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, you think it's been that long?
Yeah, because I feel like right after that, I feel like he should have been at the top because like even when he won the championship when Triple H interfered, it was like that reign came and went for me. Like I remember when he won it, and I don't remember anything else. Like he came out with the suit, and then I was like, yeah, we're done with this storyline. So it was just like
I was gonna say the stuff after Jericho for me is when he kind of went downhill. After the prize fight,
every time they put a superstar that wrestles as well as Kevin Owens does, when they put him in a comedy thing, it scares me because that's like it's always funny because they find a way to make it funny, but at the same time,
they find a way to do it. Yeah,
you know, it's like if like I'm trying to think of like it's like more like with the Adam Cole thing.
Yeah,
I'm sure Adam Cole, being as creative as he is, and Keith Lee, I'm sure he would have found a way to make the manager thing work. But at the same time, you're making Adam Cole a freaking manager, you know?
Right.
So it's like,
I mean, he's a great talker, but he's an amazing professional wrestler too. And you're just gonna hide him behind a managerial role and shave his head.
Exactly. That's how I felt about the Kevin Owens thing. Like him and Jericho, that always was funny. And I feel like they should have won the tag championships, honestly.
Yes.
But that still gave me a feeling like, okay, what happens after this? Because when you're in those kind of storylines, you don't know if that's a dead end storyline or not, because you can't really break out of a comedy storyline and then just go win the Rumble the next year. It doesn't.
Right.
It doesn't really work that way chronologically. In chronological order, it doesn't really work that way. But I mean, I don't know. I'm scared. I don't want them to just Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn me to death, and I don't want them to try to make him less of a superstar than he already is, because he deserves a lot, and a lot really doesn't mean a world championship half the time. You know, it just means being looked at as an important superstar on the roster. And Raw is, we all know how Raw is, you know, so him being on that show isn't really doing anything more, because they gave him a whole catchphrase. And what he kept saying on Monday, and that's no lie or something like that. He kept saying that. I think that's his new
Something like that,
catchphrase.
yeah.
So it's like all these little signs, like giving them catchphrases, and it's weird. I don't know if it's me just doubting Raw again, but I'm worried, but I'm relieved, I guess. Because even as bad as it is, I feel like I wouldn't want him to be in AEW only for the fact that pool is about to get really freaking cluttered.
And that's the thing. When I first heard the news, when I first saw it on my phone, initially I was disappointed, but then once I actually took time to sit down and really think about it in my head, AEW has a lot of stuff going on right now, and AEW has a lot of people in that company. There are some things in this company right now that people need to be focusing on, and that the company needs to be focusing on. And when you start adding people in, like a Kevin Owens, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, like a Wyndham Rotunda, like a Keith Lee, like a Mia Yim, all this stuff. Like, if you just like bring everybody in, you're gonna have to feature them in some kind of capacity. And at the end of the day, you're just gonna be top heavy, like you said. So initially, I was disappointed, but then once I sit down and talk and pretty much talked it out, I'm like, this is honestly going to be a really good thing for him, because, hey, even though he would have been with his friends in AEW with Adam and the Young Bucks and all of that, he would have gotten lost in the shuffle. And the thing is, Kevin Owens doesn't deserve that. So I hope at the end of the day he'll get used well in WWE for the time that he's still there. We still don't know the actual length of the contract yet, as far as I'm aware of. I don't think that has come out yet. But I think at the end of the day, even if it was a family decision, which actually has come out that he did this for his family, you can't fault him if this was actually for a family kind of purpose and reason for it. So at the end of the day, I'm happy. I just want him to be used in a credible way.
That's the most important thing.
Now, with all that being said, guys, we will jump into the Brody Lee news, but I do have to do our selling out kind of portion of the intro here tonight. So, what's going on, guys? Outside the brand here tonight, episode 109. If we can get this stream to 10 likes, that would be greatly appreciated. And if you can subscribe to the channel as we're on the road to 500 subscribers, turn on that bell for all notifications. That way you never miss when we go live. Go to the bottom of the description. There you will find all of our TikTok links to follow us on social media if you are ever so inclined to do so. And if you want to listen to any music that OTB has produced, mainly Laugh and Bash, but trust me, more is to come. Special bonus is that a link down in the description below at the way bottom of it. That's a playlist for all of the OTB songs that were released by Laugh and Bash, so you guys can go check that out if you are ever so inclined to do so. With all that being said, it's time to talk about AEW Dynamite. Winter is coming. But first, Brody Lee, not Brody Lee. Jesus, that's gonna be another name that I'm gonna be fucking up every single time. Now it's Brody King. Brody King is signed to AEW. Former Ring of Honor talent. Did you hear about this news, and do you know of Brody King?
I saw it. It came up in my phone a few minutes ago, about like a half hour ago. I have no idea who this is. When I said that in the chat, I had a few people angry at me. They were like, "Yeah, no, you gotta watch the Ring of Honor matches." I was like, "Okay, sorry." So I got my homework to do. I gotta do that homework. But I have no idea who that man is.
So Brody King is a one-time Ring of Honor 6-man tag team champion with Marty Scurll and PCO. I hope you would know who Marty Scurll is, but if you don't, that's okay.
I don't.
He was a former Ring of Honor Tag Team Champion with PCO. He won Tag Wars with PCO in Ring of Honor in 2019. He's thing is, he's got a lot of tag team stuff under his belt, but man, can this guy go in the ring? This guy could have been a Ring of Honor champion if they were ever so inclined to get him into that kind of spot. This man can go, and at the end of the day, with him being this kind of character, I mean, you just look at him and you can tell that this guy is going to be a star. There are some things about Brody King that you are really going to like once you actually get to see him. And at the end of the day, it looks like AEW has a very, very good talent in Brody King. There are the tease that Brody King could be coming in was made by Malachi Black. And Malachi Black had a promo talking about the House of Black. And many fans assumed that this could have been Brody King and how he was going to be introduced into the company. They were reunited at a PWG show earlier on this year, and they became tag team champions. So they do have some kind of link together, which is why people thought that this really could have been the link there. And yeah, trust me, man. Once you see once you see some matches from Brody Lee in Ring of Honor, you're gonna be impressed with this dude. I can fully believe that, and I hope you do at least try to take a look, because this guy deserves at least to take a look at.
No, I will for sure.
We'll talk about Malachi Black and what he said during his promo about the House of Black in just a little bit, but we do have to get started with the show. That's really the main big piece of news coming out of AEW, other than MJF mentioning Ryback, but we'll get there.
Yeah, that
was nuts.
Oh my God.
and then Ryback was trending on Twitter.
That guy is insane. MJF is insane.
And then Ryback was trending on Twitter for it. But guys, listen, there were not that many matches on the show tonight, mainly because, well, one of them took a goddamn hour. But hey, it was an amazing match. And the thing is, when I talk about this match, it's not going to do it justice. You guys are going to have to watch it if you did not watch it. But if you did, I'm glad you did, because you witnessed a match of the year candidate, and it was fantastic. But let's at least try to give this match some justice. They had so many picture-in-picture breaks, but the thing is, at the end of it all, I mean, they had a lot of picture-in-picture breaks, but at least they were picture-in-picture. They didn't really do that many commercials where we did not get to see the match, and I at least like that, but man, there were a lot of commercial breaks during this match. But then again, you had to have some commercial breaks within the first hour of the show. So people were really mad that they were not only about to finish, but a lot of the commercial breaks that happen. Yeah, you have to have them make their money somehow. You can't just have no commercial breaks.
That's what I'm saying. I was fine with that, because the main thing was picture in picture. The match never really stopped. It probably stopped like twice, I think. Like,
yeah, I mean, they might have cut to like the full screen for commercials for like maybe 2 times during the entire time, but that's it.
That's why I didn't care like that. It's just I hate when Raw is like the main event is 10 minutes and they're like, all right, let's put 7, get into it right in front of you. You can't see this match. Like that's what I was. And the great thing is, I didn't see that commercial one time tonight. So
yeah.
That's a point for me. I didn't see that commercial one time. I was joyous.
Well, this is TNT we're talking about, not the USA Network.
Yeah.
But guys, listen. I'm not going to be able to do this match justice, but please, if you did not watch it, you're going to have to, because there was so much in this match that we're going to go over, but man, there is so much left to be desired in this match. Come back from the last picture-in-picture break, because that's I think was pretty much where we're going to be getting the bulk of the finish of the match. Paige hits a German suplex, and Danielson with some kicks to Paige. Paige hits a lariat, a big lariat, knocks Danielson hard. Danielson with a kick to the arm, and Danielson with elbows to Paige on the top rope. Paige flips out of the top rope backdrop, which looked fantastic. Paige landed on his feet and everything. He hits a rolling lariat, very devastating, and forearms to the back and forth to Danielson. Danielson hits a headbutt, an uppercut, and Paige counters into a cover for a 2 count. Danielson gets a cover for a 2 count, and Paige hits a rolling elbow strike. Danielson hits a rolling elbow strike as well, and Danielson with a roundhouse kick. Then another kick to the head and covers for a 2 count. At this point, Justin Roberts said 5 minutes remaining in the match. Danielson with stomps to the head, like he did to pretty much every other member of the Dark Order to get the Hangman out in Paige. So he lines up Paige for the running knee, but Paige counters into the dead eye for a 2 count. Great stuff going on over there. Paige grabs Danielson's arm and hits his stomps, and Paige then takes off his elbow pad and lines up for the buckshot lariat. Danielson counters into the label lock, and then Danielson with some cross faces to the head of Hangman Adam Page. And at this point in the match, there was 1 minute left. Justin Roberts got on the mic and said 1 minute remaining. Paige counters and slingshots Danielson into the ropes, and Danielson skins the cap, but Paige hits a huge lariat. Paige sets up for the buckshot and hits it, but then as he hit it, the bell rang, and it was a time limit draw. It was an amazing match. You guys are going to have to go see it. There was a tombstone pile driver spot in some of this. Looked great. Even though tombstone pile driver spot on Danielson, who has neck issues, I cringed, but I loved it. This match was everything I wanted and more. We're going to get a rematch, if not at Battle of the Belts, at Revolution. I cannot wait for the eventual rematch, because I know it's going to be something to be desired, and this show was that match was so amazing.
Yeah, that was I freaking screamed when I saw the buckshot. I freaking love that move, as you already know. But it was that finish, man. There's so many great spots in this match, and I wanted Bryan to lose so bad at that point, even though I freaking love his heel run, because he was like killing Adam for like a good part of it. But it wasn't to a point where it was like overkill. It was a really good 50-50 match, and I haven't seen one of those in a while. Like a really good 50-50, like both of them are the same amount of hurt, you know. So it was really good though. If that was the main event, I think I would like the show a little bit more. But even so, it was one of the best matches I've seen in AEW. So very well done.
At this point, as soon as the time limit withdrawal happened, the crowd were chanting 5 more minutes. I don't want 5 more minutes, mainly because I knew they could have handled it, but I knew at the end of the day we weren't going to get that. This is going to be a long-term story kind of thing, and at the end of it all, we're going to be watching that second match wherever that takes place, whether that happens at Battle of the Belts or whether that happens at Revolution. From what I'm reading, though, man, Battle of the Belts on that Saturday. I think it's Saturday, January 8th, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Saturday, January 8th. From what I'm reading, it's only going to be a 1-hour show. So with it only being a 1-hour show, I don't think having it at Battle of the Belts is going to be the best thing. I think having it at Revolution will probably be the better place for that eventual rematch, considering from what I'm hearing is it is only an hour show.
Huh. That's interesting. These guys need some time to go.
Yeah.
So if that means waiting so freaking when Revolution's in March, isn't it?
Revolution is in March, yes.
Yeah, you might have to wait until then because these guys need time. These guys need time. Probably not as much time as we got tonight, but at least a good 30 minutes.
Well, every AEW World Championship match is under a 60-minute time limit. Not every single AEW Championship match has gone 60 minutes. This is the longest match in AEW history.
Really?
And it will go down as that, but it's going to be a 60-minute time limit, but we obviously, I don't think we'll get that when that second match does happen.
Yeah. I mean,
but every single AEW Championship match, well, the world title at least, is a 60-minute time limit. If you didn't know that.
The weird thing about that is that seeing that it's going to be all the way until March for this match to happen,
yes.
that kind of opens it up for Bryan to win. Like
at that point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not saying that he should. I'm just saying it just
right.
kind of opens it up more because Adam would have been champion for a while at that point. So
yeah, no. At that, well, here, let's actually take a look at that real quick, because at this point in time, and like keep in mind, guys, he did just win the championship. But if we go here into the championship history for the AEW World Championship. Oh well, I mean. Hey, when the heck did AEW Full Gear happen? AEW Full Gear 2021, November 13th. It happened about a month ago. So November 13th. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's about 28, 29, 30, 31. 30. He's held it for about 32 days. So, I mean, yeah, at that point in time, I don't know math, but he would have held it. I think it's still going to be under 100 days if he still holds it for Revolution, which, again, I really don't constitute that as a really good reign. But if there was any kind of chance for a short-term champion, because we've had champions that went over for 346 days, that being Kenny Omega, 277 days for Jon Moxley, and Chris Jericho being out 182. I think Hangman Adam Page, and I think you've said this a lot here on this podcast, Laf, and I kind of want to get your thoughts on it. Some people are really good at chasing the championship, but when they hold the championship, it's a lot to be desired because he's already there at that point. What else is there for him to do? Do you think he kind of falls in that category for Hangman, or is that something completely different? Or if that's just completely WWE terms?
I don't think it's completely WWE terms. I think it's we're at a point where it's like you have to wait and see. I hate saying wait and see because all my experience with wait and see, it just turns
the wait and see, yeah, and that's just WWE.
Yeah, it's like my WWE conditioning, just wait and see. But hopefully, wait and see means something different in AEW. I think it might, so I just hope so.
Well, the wait and see, we were waiting and seeing for the long-term story with Hangman. So there you go. We we saw, and we got what we wanted, which was Hangman winning the title.
Yeah, it's just I remember we were talking about. I think the first time I brought that up, we were talking about Seth Rollins, but there's a lot of superstars that like even freaking damn, my mind just blank. Even you can think about a lot of different superstars who just they have a really good underdog story on their way to the championship, and then when they get there, it's just like what happens now
Right.
because a lot of their character is built off of that fight to the top, and um, I don't think it's gonna be like that. I hope not, but it's just it's always in the back of your mind that maybe it could end up like that. I guess I want to say it's the same thing right now, but hopefully it doesn't turn into that. 'Cause I really dislike when stuff like that happens,
Yeah.
especially with really talented superstars. So
We come back from a commercial break, and the Young Bucks with Adam Cole and Bobby Fish are backstage.
whoa.
Even Adam Cole and Bobby?
No, Adam Cole and Bobby can stay, but the Bucks got to go.
Okay. Cole says that last week the Bucks destroyed the Best Friends. Fish says every time they encounter those bozos, we destroy them. They challenge them to an 8-man tag match on Rampage, and the Bucks. Even though I think the 8-man kind of turned into a 10-man, if I'm not mistaken, did it turn into a 10-man or was there an 8-man? Either way,
I know there's a freaking 10-man happening.
I know there is a 10-man tag. I just didn't think it was going to be this one.
I don't know.
But they challenged them to an 8-man tag on Rampage, and the Bucks threatened to super kick Sue, and to also trash her minivan. Cole promises to give the Bucks a Christmas present on the Christmas Day episode of Rampage. Now that could be something.
Yeah.
I don't know what that could be, but that was a tease right there, guys. That was a tease. Because the Christmas Day episode, Christmas Eve episode of Rampage, because that's what it would be, not Christmas Day. Because Christmas Day is on the Saturday this year, and Eve is on the Friday, so it has to be the Christmas Eve. But that was definitely some kind of a tease.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly what it means, obviously, but he must have something up his sleeve.
People are saying it's Kyle.
That would be a nut ass freaking Christmas gift. I like Kyle, but God, give me something more than just Kyle.
Kyle debuts on Rampage. I don't know about that.
I mean,
wouldn't you want to try to save it for a Dynamite? Even though the Rampage is going to be happening on that same night, it's taped over there. It's taped right after Dynamite.
I don't want. I feel like Rampage is already losing people. I feel like they got to do something to make people want to watch Rampage.
I mean, we already had to debut a Hook and CM Punk on Rampage. I mean, what else can we do?
That's true. I don't know. I'm not sure. It's gonna be something to watch out for. I'm not really sure at the moment. I don't know.
Speaking of Christmas, Phil, are you trying to give me the WWE Universal Championship replica belt? Listen, bro, that's tough. I think there's a. Listen, man, I don't know about that, bro. I got things I need to worry about still. We're heading up to Maine this Christmas. There's some things over here. All right. We'll talk about it. We'll definitely talk about it. But yeah, man. Whether that's Kyle O'Reilly, whether that's just some kind of crazy thing that's going to be happening on the Christmas Eve episode of Rampage, something's happening, and we're just gonna have to wait and see. We got teases tonight. We didn't really get a full-fledged thing, but we got teases tonight, so we'll see what happens. Now, with the AEW World Championship being an hour long, starting off the 9 o'clock hour, people were going to have to expect that some matches are going to be short. And man,
oh god,
short is a freaking understatement when it comes to this next one.
Yeah,
Wardlow and Matt Sydal. Wardlow made an entrance. But Sydal didn't. Sydal was on the outside.
First red flag.
Yes. So Sydal hits some kicks on Wardlow, and Wardlow catches a leg lariat and hits a huge powerbomb. Wardlow hits a second powerbomb, and Shawn Spears, on the outside, was on the mic and tells Wardlow to just pin him already because you already killed the man. So Shawn Spears is actually trying to, save the kid's life, even though he's a heel. But still, it's something. I think it's just going to be more into the story of Wardlow as we move on into the weeks. Wardlow does not stop there as the crowd still chants one more time. And Wardlow listens to all of us and hits another powerbomb on Matt Sydal, and Wardlow covers for the 1, 2, 3. I knew this match was going to end short, and I knew people were going to be pissed. I knew Lewis was going to be pissed. And as soon as the match ended, my man, he texted the group chat saying, "Can Matt Sydal catch a fucking break?" I'm like, nah, dude, nah. That can't be the case because they're doing something with Wardlow right now. I don't know what happened, but man, this was definitely something.
Yeah, as soon as Wardlow came out and I saw Matt Sydal was sitting, I was like, yeah, something is terribly wrong, and then it definitely got worse as time went on. I was like, he beat up with the cool pants on, but I mean, shit, I don't know. That was very tough. Very, very tough.
So Spears says that was one too many. You didn't need to do that, but Spears then just hits Sydal with a chair.
I thought that was hilarious.
He's like, "Listen, man, you did way too much here. All right, you did way too much. Let's leave." And all of a sudden, you just hit him with a chair.
I thought that was hilarious.
Like, listen, bro, you need to stop, bro. Like that was way too much. You didn't need to do that. And then boom.
The second later, what the hell was that? That was great.
And even the commentator was like, "Okay, now what are you?"
That was hilarious.
But here's the thing. Shawn Spears is known as the chairman of AEW for a reason.
Boo. Boo. Oh my God, boo.
He is known as that, though, dude.
No,
he is.
Boo. Oh my God, boo.
He is known as that. If you did not know, now you know.
Boo. Oh, wow.
It's legitimately his thing, though, dude. Like, I'm not even saying that as a pun. It's legitimately his thing.
That's nuts. That's ridiculous.
I'm not even saying that as a complete joke. It's what he calls himself. The chairman of AEW. And I think Taz even said it tonight on commentary.
Of course Taz said it. I don't care what Taz says.
Or one of them did. I don't know. It could have been Excalibur. It could have been Tony. But regardless, one of them did say that, and it is the thing.
That's nuts.
We had a video package for Tay Conti and Penelope Ford. Tay Conti challenged Penelope to a submission match this Friday on Rampage. People are probably leaving the arena now. Damn it. But yeah, submission match on Rampage. Okay. Actually, so Tay wins.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much.
We come back from a commercial break, and a very cool video package for Malachi Black was playing. And guys, if only they said what Malachi said in the promo. But point is, at the end of it all, teasers were coming to pretty much say that the House of Black is growing. And with that being said, we could possibly see somebody aligned with Malachi Black. I think it could be Brody King. Because not only is Brody King already signed with AEW, but Brody King and Malachi Black do have some kind of history together as they are the PWG Tag Team Champions. So, there you go. You got your link right there. If it is that, and hey, great stuff. You got a great guy to pair Brody King up with. But it could be something else. Who knows?
I mean, it was not really exciting. Like I said, he freaking talks and riddles and shit. So I didn't know, but I'm just happy that he's having promos that actually like mean something in the future, because he used to be just talking on SmackDown. So.
And the thing is, when he speaks, you listen.
Yeah.
You listen.
Yeah.
It's nothing like he did in WWE. He was in a broom closet over there.
Pretty much.
Serena Deeb makes her entrance next, and it's Hikaru Shida already is coming out next, and we're gonna get the third match between the two. Deeb attacks before the bell, and Shida throws her kendo stick at her, and the bell rings. So, not coming back from her commercial break, but we are in the middle of the match as Deeb hits a swinging neck breaker, then another, and Shida counters a third one into a Falcon Arrow. Looked beautiful. Shida with forearms and an axe kick to the back of the head, and Deeb gets a backslide, then a single leg crab, and Shida almost gets to the ropes, but Deeb then drags her back inside the middle of the ring. Shida then hits some palm strikes and escapes the hold, and Deeb hits strikes of her own as she was releasing it. Deeb rips off the turnbuckle, just showing that she is the true heel in this story. And Shida hits a roll-up for a 2 count. Shida then kicks Deeb into the exposed turnbuckle, and then Shida gets a jackknife cover for the 1-2-3. I love Deeb as this heel role that she has been going on as of late when it comes to Hikaru Shida. It all started when Shida was looking for her 50th win in AEW, and then when she did not get that win against Shida, against Deeb in that match, Deeb then continued to assault Shida with the 50 win plaque, and that's how we pretty much all got here. This was the ending of the feud. Shida got her win. She's already at the 50 wins, so it doesn't really I think what would have made this thing better, and I think we can try to have some kind of a discussion here, is if, let's say she was stuck at that 49 for the duration of the feud when it just started. So let's say it was Shida and Deeb on that first show when they just did it, and we started off with all of that. Deeb actually won, and she hits her with the 50 plaque, saying, "Listen, you're not going to get your 50th win against me. You're just not." And then you have all this stuff happen into Winter is coming. She keeps losing. She has this losing streak because of Serena Deeb, and she just continues to lose and lose and lose because of her interference or anything kind of that nature. but then having her 50th win at Winter is Coming against Serena Deeb, because at the end of the day, Shida knows that she can beat her if she just had that one more chance at it. I think that would have been a beautiful thing. I think that would have been a beautiful story to tell, but at the end of it all, having it tied 1-1 and then having the blow-off match happen here, it wasn't all that bad. I just think that story could have been a little bit better.
Oh no, it definitely could have been better. I just, I don't know. I feel like Shida is getting like the least end of that, and I don't think that she deserves that.
True.
I just feel like it's a good story to make, but at the same time, she's at 49 wins, so I just feel like no one with 49 wins should be fighting that hard to get back into like good graces with like themselves, because they're already at 49. All you need is one more, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, it could go either way, honestly.
I mean, she was already at that 50 win when she had that 50th win at some point during the build into Winter is Coming and all that. So that 50 win, even though that's a great accomplishment. I'm not taking anything away from that, but having the 50th win against Deeb at Winter is Coming, because she knew that she could do it no matter what, if she just actually had that one more chance to do it. At the end of it all, I just thought it could have been better. But then again, having a losing streak for Shida, which should not really be the case now that I really think about it, it might not have been, gone well in the eyes of AEW, of the AEW fans. So it could have been something like that. But hey, at the end of it all, Shida does come up with the win here, and we have it out to thank Tony Khan for, because this was honestly a really good short-term feud. And when it comes to these short-term feuds, I don't really think Tony Khan has really done anything bad when it comes to it. I mean, look at the MJF stuff that he's had with short-term stuff. This for the women, not bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all. I just,
were you just not that much invested?
Yeah, I didn't. I like Shida a lot more than I like Serena, so I did not have any real like. I was just watching this match. I didn't really. I wanted Shida to win, but I wasn't like on the edge of my seat. You know, I wasn't that invested.
Right.
At all.
Okay.
It was a cool match. It was just I didn't really care that much.
Yeah. So Tony Schiavone is backstage with the Varsity Blondes, and Griff Garrison and Brian Pillman were asked about Julia Hart and her condition after Malachi Black spit the black mist in the face of Julia. And Garrison, who blew my freaking mind with this promo. I did not know this kid could speak up until this point. Garrison said that Julia Hart isn't with them tonight, as everybody knew, but he said that Black may be intimidating, but he is a coward. Pillman says to not have Black get inside Garrison's head. Garrison shoves Brian Pillman Jr. and says, "Dude, whose side are you on here? Like he hurt her sister. That's her sister over there, and you just think that this is okay." Pillman says, "Look, I'm on your side and everything, but at the end of the day, this is just what he wants." Garrison says, "Look, if you're not going to fight this battle, I will." He promises to break Black's jaw next week on AEW Dynamite. This kid can speak. I was shocked at this promo. I did not expect him to come out with that kind of intensity. I thought it was going to be Brian Pillman Jr. that could have been the breakout star of this tag team, not just because of the name alone of Brian Pillman Jr. being that it's the late Brian Pillman's son, but man, Garrison could talk. I did not expect that from him. I mean, I don't think he's gonna break his jaw, but the kid can talk.
I'm gonna tell you like this: nothing that man said gave me any belief that he was gonna do that.
Oh well,
He's
yeah,
not going to hurt.
he's not gonna do it. He's not gonna break his jaw, but he sounded good saying it.
I don't have any. I don't see any intimidation factor in those two. They just look crazy to me. They look nuts, like the big varsity jackets and the hair, and he's getting mad. And I'm like, I don't care how mad he is. Malachi's going to kick his head off and then continue with his day.
Yes, Malachi Black is going to be the winner of this thing. I have no doubt about that. But I did not expect that kind of intensity from Griff Garrison in that. I really didn't. And the fact that he shoved Brian Pillman, that's another part of the storyline that we can see here. At the end of it all, if we listen, I don't want them to break up, but I just didn't expect that from him. I don't know. I didn't know what I was expecting, but he shocked me in that promo tonight. We come back from a commercial break and we had a recap of Hook's debut on AEW Rampage.
Yeah, I looked at him. That guy looks cool. Like I was trying to figure out what the thing. I was like, this guy looks cool. I don't know what it is. It looks cool.
Well, if you watched the match on Rampage, you would have figured out who he was. His name is Hook. He's Taz's son, and he is an absolute beast.
He did look pretty. I was like, okay.
But nah, you didn't watch it.
Yeah, I didn't want to watch it. I might check it out. I still didn't check it out yet.
You still didn't check it out, y'all.
No, I promise I did not freaking set time to watch Hook. God, if I did, I would.
It's a match with Fuego del Sol. It didn't last long. Watch the match. The full match is on YouTube.
Care what YouTube it's on.
It's against Fuego del Sol.
I don't care who it's against. I don't. You know what?
Nothing against Fuego. Fuego can be something, but yeah, he's got like over 50 losses in AEW, and
yeah, they be throwing man Fuego to the freaking wolves just to get hooked by Hook. I don't want to see that.
Get hooked by a Hook. I might have to talk to Suplex about that. Well, we'll probably get that.
Crazy. I mean, I'll watch it, I guess. He did look cool. I was like, this guy has hair.
The guy's hair.
He did look cool. I guess I'll set some time to watch it soon.
It's like 5 minutes, dude.
I just can't bring myself to watch Hook. I just can't. I'm sorry. I want to. I just can't right now.
But then, okay, well, I guarantee you guys, if he's going to show up on an actual episode of Dynamite and he has a match on Dynamite, he's just going to walk to his kitchen, pour himself a glass of orange juice, and then just miss the entire match.
Freaking love orange juice. I have orange juice. I'm going to go get some orange juice. Thank you for reminding me. I have orange juice. Freaking love orange juice.
You're going to show us that diagram again?
No, that made my counter very sticky. I had to clean that for a while. The people I roommates were not happy.
I was there for that. I wish I recorded that thing. I really did.
Roommates were not happy about that one. They're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm trying to kill AEW and Wyatt's about to die. This is not a counter sticky.
I really wish I recorded that segment of your show, man. That would have been so good for content.
Yeah, somebody posted it. I forget his name. I'm so mad I forgot his name. It's one of my viewers.
I have to find it though. I have to find it then, because
yeah, freaking Chris Bay from the Bullet Club. He saw it.
What?
Yeah, and I was like, huh? I was like, why did he watch that? He's like, I don't know. But I don't know if he knew like the context or if he just saw some dude pouring
orange juice on the counter.
Yeah, I don't know, but he definitely saw it. His name was at the top of the thing, and I was like, huh, okay, cool, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, Chris Bay knows you exist now. And
Yeah, that's cool.
well, honestly, no, that is really cool. I mean, Chris Bay is awesome. Eddie Kingston has a promo. We can actually hear it this time because at some points, I don't know if it was last week's Dynamite or whatever, but when he was walking to the back, or whatever, there was no audio for that camera, but we can hear him this time. And he said that he tried to get rid of Garcia in 2.0, but you know what? That's just not going to work. So he will team with Proud and Powerful, Santana and Ortiz, and the Lucha Brothers. And they will take on the team of Garcia 2.0 and 2 members of whatever team they want to choose. And there, on their side, 10-man tag, Rampage, happening on Friday. Cool. It's going to be a clusterfuck, but cool.
Yeah.
I think anything over a 6-man tag in AEW, it turns into a goddamn clusterfuck.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big mess, but I mean,
yeah. But yeah, so I think it's gonna be a good match. It's just 10 people in that ring, just doing amazing spots. Don't get me wrong, but still, it can turn into some kind of craziness.
Yeah.
MJF makes his entrance, and MJF says, first of all, you need to stop my music when I say to. Second off, this place is a goddamn dump.
I was like, why is he pissed? Looks like I hate everybody.
Okay. You suck chance for roaring through that arena. And MJF says, well, hey, Texas, your daughter's swallow.
Nice.
Great. Right.
Good job, Max.
Good stuff.
We got him with that one.
He just knows how to fucking push your buttons, bro.
Really got him with that one.
So he says that they are anti-education. We're gonna get demonetized at this point, but we don't make money out of all of this anyway. And pro-incest.
Yeah, he's really getting all the highlight points now.
Huge CM Punk chance for roaring through the arena at that point too. MJF says, "Look, I don't know how you can have an undefeated streak, but still have such underwhelming matches in your time here in AEW. I don't think that constitutes as having a win streak. I just think that you are the next Ryback. I just think that makes you the next Ryback. Ryback was mentioned on TV. Feed me more."
That was a name I didn't expect to hear tonight. That's a name. He wasn't lying, man. He wasn't lying. Because, God, I love Punk, but his matches have been a little, I don't know.
MJF says that. MJF says that he is a top talent and he will be a 3-time Dynamite ring champion. He could beat Dante with a headlock takeover. At that point, Taz was just morking out. Taz was like, yeah, MJF, go. Do it. Then Excalibur was trying to say, well, here's the thing. That's what he did to Darby Allin a full year, so that's why he was saying that. And MJF said that he doesn't claim to be the best in the world, He just is. And then Dante Martin makes his entrance. We had the Dynamite Diamond Ring Finals, MJF, Dante Martin, for the $100,000 ring. We gotta look at that ring, man, and man, I have to say, even if it's probably not $100,000, that ring is still beautiful. And at the end of it all, whoever was gonna wear this ring, it was gonna enhance them even more. So I love the look of that ring. And we did not have a bad match to end the show tonight. MJF and Dante Martin looked great. And I'd say this right now, Dante Martin, goddamn star in the making. That kid is great.
He's crazy. He's crazy.
So we come back from a commercial break. This was picture in picture. So we got to see what was happening, but we come back from commercial break. And Martin escapes a powerbomb into a victory roll cover for a 2 count. MJF hits a powerbomb, covered with his feet on the ropes, but the referee sees it and shouts at MJF. MJF with a headbutt on the top rope, and Martin hits a missile dropkick. Martin with a boot dives over MJF, and MJF spills to the outside. Martin then hits a suicide dive. Looked great. The kid's an absolute star. Like, everything that he does when it comes to him leaving his feet looks absolutely beautiful. So Martin dives over the turnbuckle onto MJF, and Martin dives over the top rope onto MJF once again. Martin barely hits a springboard shooting star press onto MJF on the outside. This kid was going absolutely nuts. Like, he was doing springboards. He was diving over ropes, diving over turnbuckles. Like, the kid was just going insane.
I don't know why he was doing something.
He wanted to show off, I guess. It's winter is coming. Why not?
Definitely did that.
So we're back inside the ring, and Martin hits some forearms, and MJF moves out of the way of a springboard again. So Martin still trying to leave his feet. Martin with a right hand, 10 shots in the corner, leg lariat, and a victory roll for a 2 count. Martin with a backslide, 2 count, roll up for another 2 count. Small package for a 2 count. At this point, everybody was just getting 2 counts. MJF hits a headlock takeover for a 2 count. So he didn't beat him with it, but he had a 2 count. Martin with a sunset flip for a 2 count. MJF with a cover for a 2 count.
It's mad 2 counts.
Mad 2 counts. Maybe too many 2 counts, but yeah, that's still. Martin with a headlock takeover for a 2 count, so even he was trying to beat him with a headlock takeover. And then it was just pinfalls back and forth at this point, which just showed a lot of great. It just showed that they had a lot of freaking stamina heading into this, and the thing is, they could have gone for way more time than they were given. MJF bridges out of another pinfall attempt and hits a Sydal powerbomb for a 2 count. Martin brings MJF back inside the ring and hits a springboard moonsault cover. Then Starks, it wasn't a 2 count. Starks came out of nowhere, seemingly out of nowhere, and puts MJF's foot on the ropes. At this point, the referee, what's his goddamn name? I know that referee's name too. It's not Rick Knox. Shoot, I might have to look this up. I'm gonna have to.
He was beside himself. He was
Yes,
heated.
like that's the thing. I want to get the names right. Bryce Remsburg. That's it. It was Bryce Remsburg. That was a referee for this match. He was he was like, "What are you doing here, brother?
What
What
is
are you
going
doing
on?
here? Why are you here?"
How did you
He's
do
like,
this?
I didn't do anything. I didn't do it. I'm like, what do you mean? He put his foot on the ropes. Not me. Not me. He's like, get out of here. So when he got his foot on the rope, MJF hits he hits the salt of the earth, which is a Fujiwara armbar, and Marin then taps out. It was a great thing to see. MJF retains the Dynamite Diamond Ring for a second straight time, making him a 3-time Dynamite Diamond Ring champion. At the end of it all, I just think this ring enhances his character, and all of that will just end to where whoever holds the Dynamite Diamond Ring for who pretty much ever takes it off of him, if he ever gets it taken off of him, is going to be something special, because that's the guy that could be the next guy in this company. Because that's what pretty much this ring signifies. If you have that ring, you could be the next guy that Tony has his eye on for the foreseeable future. And honestly, I can't wait to see who gets that ring next. Because it'll be happening next year. Next year, around this time, we'll have that Dynamite Diamond Ring on the line again.
I mean, it's definitely something that I had to learn. I didn't know what the significance of the ring was, but I do understand now. It's they kind of hold it in the same standard as if it's like a mid card championship, which is interesting.
Yeah.
So, yeah, whoever ends up beating him, they're gonna be that guy, because I don't think it's gonna be taken really lightly whenever he does lose, just because of how like a big deal MJF is at the moment. So they might get. Actually, I think about it. If we're like extreme long term booking, depending on how your boy's doing, it might be that guy Hook.
That's actually really interesting.
You would lose your freaking mind.
Suplex and I, if we saw Hook beat MJF,
Fucking lose it.
holy crap, that would be insane. Jazz says in the chat, I wonder what Dante's brother, Darius, is going to think about all of this and when he will return. I listen, Darius Martin, it's in a very weird spot, because Darius, I don't think he's ready to return just yet, but I think the return date is around February, that he'll be ready for his eventual return. But I don't know. Do you put Darius back with his brother and you form that tag team again? Or, I mean, Dante's already on this goddamn roll right now as a single star. I don't know if you put him back in a tag team, because he's been this good. I don't know. Darius, that's something Tony Khan really has to think about. I want to put him in a tag team again, Dante. He's been so good.
Yeah, I don't know. I've only seen a little bit of him. I don't think he's a tag team guy in the slightest. I'm not sure what kind of guy he is yet, but he's freaking awesome. So I don't know. I'm not sure about that.
And the thing is, like, and the thing is, this is nothing against Darius. It really isn't. But when you have somebody like a Dante Martin that just absolutely out of nowhere shows up and this kid can be something, because you can see it. This guy is a star. This kid knows what he is doing, and this kid can get a crowd behind him no matter what kind of a match you put him in. This guy can't be a tag team guy forever. There's always that one guy in tag teams that breaks out. Whether that's due to injury or whether that's just some company trying to have blind faith in something that they can just say, hey, we're trusting you here. Let's see what you got. And if this works, we'll think about you in the future. But if it doesn't, oh well. They put blind trust in this kid, and he has impressed with flying colors. So, I don't know. It's going to be a very weird situation when Darius is back.
I mean, one thing I noticed, I remember when Ricochet was under fire because I forget what person he said that couldn't like do anything. He was like the only person in professional wrestling that can do what he does. Dante can give him a run for his money. I've seen Ricochet do some nut shit, but like Dante could definitely give him a run for money. I've seen some like I remember when I saw Ricochet, like he jumped in front of Dream and like landed on his feet, and I was like, yeah, no.
Yeah, he jumped out of the ring in front of Dream, yeah, on NXT.
Different, but Dante could give him a run for his money. Dante could definitely give him a run for his money because during the whole sequence,
Dante versus Ricochet, give me that.
Man. Oh God, that doesn't even have to be like. I don't care how long that. Well, actually, yes, I do. That match needs to be like a freaking hour. That's what I need. A freaking Iron Man match.
Does that match need to go to a goddamn time limit?
Yes, Ricochet.
Just to see a second match again, because we know.
Just flip for an hour. That'd be freaking awesome. That's Raw right there. I want to see that.
So the referee puts the diamond ring on MJF's hand. And FTR come out to celebrate with MJF. And they put MJF on their shoulders. The lights go out for a good 20 to 30 seconds.
Here comes the Undertaker.
Nah, dude, it's Sting. It's Sting and Darby Allin. And they attack FTR. And MJF. MJF hits a low blow on Sting. And FTR have the numbers game up until Living Color plays the theme song of CM Punk. The look in my eyes just roars through the arena, and CM Punk runs down with a baseball bat, and he just fends off FTR and MJF. They scatter to the ramp. Punk gets on the mic and says, "Listen, I know you don't want the match next week, but here's how things are going to go down. You bring your friends, I'll bring mine. That's going to be the match. Deal with it. Next week, we're going to have MJF and FTR take on CM Punk, Sting, and Darby Allin next week on AEW Dynamite. Their Christmas special. I'm fine with it. As long as we don't have the singles match just yet, I'm fine with this.
Yeah.
You got to build it up somehow.
Doesn't seem bad to me.
You got to build up the singles match somehow. You can't just have them do promos every single week until this match happens. Do something like a 6-man tag. Give us little teases here and there. MJF is going to be the little prick that he is and not going to be wanting to get in the match. There's going to be some kind of a spot in there, but at the end of the day, we could not just get the match that early. You have to build this up. If you didn't like this, not a bad way to do it.
Not at all.
And that's the way the show goes off the air, guys. Was it a bad show? No, not by any means. We saw a damn good 60-minute time limit draw match, and then after all of that, we saw some pretty damn good wrestling. Next week is their Christmas special. I forget what they're calling it. They're calling it something. They're calling it something. I might have to look it up again. It's not going to be like a special episode like Winter is Coming. That's not what it is, but they are calling it something.
So it was like the Christmas bash or something.
I think that's exactly what it is. They
okay.
Yeah, it's something bash. So yeah, they're calling it like the holiday bash, the Christmas bash, or whatever. But yeah, we have that match already set for the show. And Rampage already happened. People are getting out of that building as we speak, probably. That traffic is going to be absolutely nuts. But hey, you know, I felt that when I went to Grand Slam in New York, so I don't envy them one bit. So that's it, guys. We'll talk to you guys very soon for the next episode of Outside the Brand. This was episode 109. Episode 110 will be that episode of Rampage and Friday Night SmackDown. Do you have anything else to say before we get the hell out of here? Final thoughts on Winter is Coming from tonight's episode of AEW Dynamite.
I do have a few announcements to make.
Ooh, okay. Floor is yours.
Some bad, some good.
Oh, no.
Should I say it bad or good first? I don't know.
That's up to the chat. What up, guys? Do a 1 for the good news and a 2 for the bad. Let's go.
I feel like it's open to interpretation. I don't know if it's like bad to them. I know it's bad for me. It may be bad to you, Phil. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And the chat just disappeared.
I think the chat's almost dead, so you can say whatever one you're most comfortable with first.
Okay, I'm gonna just start with bad. 9 times out of 10. Corbin's like, yeah, cool episode.
Oh, thank you, Corbin.
I will not be present for the SmackDown and Rampage review.
Okay.
I told you and saw this last night. I'm not even gonna be home during that time.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Because I got to see Spider-Man. Then my sister got a basketball game, and then I gotta go to a freaking party. So it's just 3 things happening in a matter of 7 hours, and all of that's conflicting with my time with Roman Reigns. So I just hopefully he understands that I won't be able to acknowledge him this week, but I'll see him. But I think that's the bad. The good news is
oh, that wasn't as bad as I thought you were making it seem.
Oh yeah, no, it's not that bad. I mean, shit.
He said you want the bad news or the good news. Like, bro, what's the bad news?
I forgot I told you and saw it last night. But yeah. As far as the good news goes, me and Batch's album is officially coming out on Friday. He just turned in all the songs and shit, so that is happening. And yeah, this is gonna be something. I'm really excited to see how everyone interprets it, how everyone likes it. Um, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna have new music either today or tomorrow, depending on when I finish what I'm doing. But that too, and I think that's it. Are we doing the review for No Way Home?
That's if everybody sees it in time. With me and everything, I'm seeing it this weekend, and then after all that, we are kind of on the road to we're on the road to Christmas, and we will be leaving for
Oh
Maine
yeah.
within those next few days. We're spending Christmas here
Mm-hmm.
and Christmas Eve here, but then as soon as Christmas is over on that Sunday, we're leaving.
Damn.
So like, it's not going to be this Sunday we're leaving. It's going to be next Sunday, the 26th. So we will still be here for that Christmas week.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's going to be an insane couple of a couple of weeks as we continue to try to get ready to pack it up for 5 hours and head on to Maine. As we do drive there, we don't fly, we drive.
Good move. Very good.
But yeah, so we'll be here. During that week though, and trust me, we're all the way up in Moscow, Maine. So we don't have that much good connection there.
What's it called?
It's Moscow, Maine.
Like Russia?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Moscow. Wow.
It's legitimately right near the border of goddamn Canada.
Damn.
Yeah, so we'll be up there. Not that good connection. So it looks like for that week, everybody else, it looks like you found your new host for the week. Unless we just don't have the podcast for that week.
That's gonna be man. Wait, what?
If you're up for it. If not, then we won't have the podcast for that week. That's only if you're up for it. I don't want to pressure you into doing that.
Oh no, I think I'll do it. It's just I hope I have time to, because stuff is gonna get like tough too. I don't know.
We'll talk it out with the guys, and if it's just not going to be possible for like that week, then guys, we'll just have to miss 1 week of the shows, for the podcast, and I hope you guys would understand that. But with me going to Maine and it's not going to be that good of a connection there, I wouldn't be able to just connect all over there. So we'll talk about it. I'm
gonna say this. I would do, but I don't think I'm saying this. I don't want you to think I'm like joking or like this. I'm dead ass serious. I don't think I will be able to run the show as well as you do.
Oh, that's awesome! Thank you, dude.
I'm dead ass serious saying that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just not gonna. I'm not saying take it off for a week, but I'm saying that as for me, while I think it will be fun to do it, I just think I will be shortchanging everyone else if I was the host. I think I'm not doing what you're doing. You feel me? As far as the host goes, that's your thing. So if it means we take a break for a week, then so be it. It's only fucking Raw and shit. So
yeah. Trust me. I listen. It's not like I'm not going to be not seeing the shows at some points during the time. It's because we are going to be with each other, but it's the week after Christmas. We're not even really spending Christmas over there. It's just a thing to get away from, and we're just having family over. That's pretty much what we're doing this for, and we're just trying to spend together the time that we have until the new year. So, yeah. I'll see the shows and everything, but it's just with everything, but the connection and all that, it's not going to work out. So, We'll see. I don't with everything going on right now, I just don't think we'll be having the show for that week. And you know what? That's okay. And we'll just get right back into it heading into 2022. We'll see what happens. But from the 20th to the 24th or whatever there, we're still here. So we'll be good. Actually, I don't know about the 24th, considering it's Christmas Eve and everybody's with their families, but we'll see. We'll see. At least to the 20th to the 22nd, we'll be good.
I feel you.
So, yeah, guys. Will there be a podcast on Friday? Friday's Christmas Eve. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, not this Friday, but next Friday. Yeah. Next Friday is Christmas Eve. So wow. I don't know. Like, if it happens, it happens. I would kind of want to give Christmas and Christmas Eve off because, I mean, heck, that is supposed to be the time with your family. But
I gotta put like the cookies and shit out for Santa. Like that takes a lot of time. You know?
We gotta make the reindeer food for the reindeer and all that for the grass.
I gotta get my PS5 somehow, and I can't have Santa leaving the house without.
Oh my god!
Wow. About something. Santa leaves, and I don't have a PS5 under my tree. Someone's gonna have to explain to me.
Yo.
I don't know if it's gonna be Dancer or Prancer or Vixen or one of them niggas, but somebody's gonna have to explain to me where's my damn PS5.
You're playing on the reindeer now?
One of them's gonna have to explain to me.
Yo, you're lucky Santa's on the chat, bro.
Man, I don't care. Santa better come to my house. Like, care where he's at. He better come up, leave his PS5 under this tree. It's gonna be.
Yo, I have to show you a Jeff Dunham clip in a second. I have to show you something.
Okay.
Because Peanut talks about Santa, and man, the story that you probably heard as a little kid, you're probably gonna get scarred. So.
Oh God.
So we'll see. If you guys know the Jeff Dunham story I'm talking about, you guys are the real ones. Santa has joined the live before. He has joined, so it's been a crazy ride over these 109 episodes. But thank you guys so much for joining us here on Outside the Brand. If you guys liked what you saw tonight, if you guys liked AEW Dynamite's Winter is Coming event, please hit that like button as hard as you possibly can. Turn on the bell for all notifications. That way you never miss when we go live, as we are live every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, along with any other kind of special events that could be possibly taking place. We do all the pay-per-views, no matter what it is. We do all the pay-per-views, whether that's WWE, AEW, what have you. We're here, and we're going to be here. Sometimes we have these Thursday shows, but that's only if WWE decides to do something nuts. And they always do it on a Thursday. Why do they always do it on a Thursday? They always try to do something crazy on Thursday nights.
Yeah.
They always do it on Thursdays.
Always
they just say, hey, we don't have a show on that day, so why don't we just do something crazy?
I don't know why. It was like I wish.
Well, Impact's on tonight. Yeah, we're doing something crazy.
They got to get the ratings. Even when they're not on TV.
They gotta do something crazy even when they're not on our television screens.
Raw takes no days off. It's always Raw.
Or Raw's every day. And Vince said it himself.
Thursday Night Raw.
But yeah, guys, we'll talk to you soon. Talk to you on Friday. And yeah, be on the lookout for that album. Is that going to be on all streaming platforms?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, good. That's what I wanted to hear. Last question for that album. Is this a kind of album where you have to listen to every song one by one, or could you do a little bit of a remix of everything? Could you do a shuffle? Me
being as serious about music I am, I I take sequencing very, very seriously. So I would like if you went from track one and just listened to it straight down.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, no, that I mean, hey, some kind of albums are like that, and some kind of albums you can just go in, hit shuffle, and just listen to good old music. But
Yeah.
some albums you gotta listen to it one by one. And honestly, I like those kind of albums because there's kind of a story within those sequencing of those songs because you wanted to put them in that order if you didn't think of it in that way.
Yeah. The way it's set up is like an intro and an outro, so it'll be better if you listen to it straight down.
Cool. That's it, guys. Be on the lookout for that. That's happening. Well, it's Thursday right now, so that'll be happening tomorrow. That's insane. Congratulations to you and Bash on that.
Thank you.
And we'll talk to you guys then.
Yeah.
Peace out. Have a good night, guys.